Hey everybody, Adam Savage, and I am at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in the Object Conservation Department with Jacob here. Hello, sir.
Hello.
We are in the paint room in your shop, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so I just wanted to, I wanted to download a few things from your knowledge base here.
Yeah.
You guys always have to work with archival materials, is that right?
Correct, yeah.
Right. So do you work with the museum's archivalists to know and test which materials are acceptable?
We do. We have a scientific research department
Oh my gosh.
that will test all the materials that we use. And that's how we come up with what we're allowed to use, basically. They tell us what we're allowed to use.
Okay, and now I'm looking at this, I'm seeing some things here that are definitely in my drawer. Some golden acrylics, some Liquitex.
Yes.
I've got all of these. I'm noticing some, what are some of the more specialized and strange materials you guys paint in here?
Well, we try to keep it simple
Yeah.
because often, time is of the essence. So we
Fair.
use a lot of acrylics that dry quickly. The conservators don't like things that off-gas over long periods of time.
Oh, fair. Makes total sense.
That would affect the artworks negatively. So
Yeah.
we do use mostly acrylic. Sometimes latex paints if we're trying to match exactly some casework or the walls or something.
Do you guys sometimes bake your paint jobs in order to dry them faster?
We do. We have a heat gun that we use to speed things up,
Fair.
which Matthew has made a mount for us.
Your guys' customization is really something to be emulated. I really appreciate that. That's a Matthew special.
It's a fun part of
That's
making the shop usable.
I also noticed that you have, like me, discovered the wonder of the paint mixer.
It's fantastic.
Dude.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a whole lovely reality.
Yeah. So we're either painting the mounts out to match the objects,
Right.
or painting the mounts out to match the casework.
Right.
And so we'll be given fabric samples by our design department,
Gotcha.
and that is what we're aiming for to match these. So.
And it's when they give you a match, do they always tell you color and reflectivity, or is that a moving target sometimes?
The reflectivity is a moving target. That's what makes it really difficult. Like if you get like a really more loosely woven deck, it's really difficult to match that color because you're playing with, it's not one color.
Right.
It's kind of a mottled texture and color.
In that, have you ever done like sponging or texture painting in order to replicate?
We have tried, and we have then been told just make it flat. So it's very difficult to do.
Yeah, no, I was thinking of it as an incredibly hard problem to solve because you have to do it in a way that doesn't draw your eye.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
No, that's no good. The other question I had for you about this room was, what sprayers do you use? I always wanted to hear about people's favorite sprayers.
This is our airbrush that we use, and
Apache. Okay.
Apache. So I was not familiar with airbrushing before I started this job.
Yeah.
But it works great for our needs.
It's easy to clean.
It's easy to clean, yes.
And it doesn't fail very often.
No,
its failure mode is obvious.
We're always breaking it down and cleaning it and putting it back together,
Right.
and it's user-friendly in that way.
Posh has always been that. They were my first airbrush. They're what we all used at Industrial Light and Magic. But this is, and you keep the pressure fairly low.
We do, yeah.
And so everything effectively goes through this, unless do you have a finer airbrush for super detail work?
No, we don't.
Oh,
We'll just go to brush work at that
Okay.
point. So this is what we'll use to paint, to do underpaintings.
Mm-hmm.
We also have spray paints in here. So more of like the Liquitex line of acrylic paints. And so we use a combination of both. Yeah.
And so, like, once your scientific department has okayed a line of paints, do you sometimes have to go back to them with new formulations, or they pretty much feel comfortable with that line?
We do. It's a moving target. I think anything with like, a proprietary, recipe will change, without notice. So, yeah.
This looks like a custom color or something special.
It is. I have never used it. Never found a use for it, but yeah.
Quinacridone Crimson.
Most of what I do is I'll put on a base, try to find like a color in the family of what I'm working on, and then coat the mount with that, and then work by hand and yeah, with a paintbrush.
I really like this method of storing spray paint.
Isn't it great?
Being able to see the color is intoxicatingly lovely.
Yes.
Here, I'm going to take a picture of this too. I just got a couple of these.
They're great.
Yeah, I only just sort of grew up into an adult.
Well, yes, it's not our instinct to go in this direction, but because we work here, we're like, we need to be safe, we need to have things contained, and so, yeah, it's nice to be able to go right to this.
Oh, wow, Liquitex has 8 stages of gray.
They do.
Frack, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, so we've got 3 and 5 and 7.
What a thing, that's great.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh, man. Oh, wait, I don't want to put that in the wrong place. It's
5,
okay,
7.
All right, there we go.
So,
oh, my goodness. Yeah. You've got Magic Sculpt, one of the great making tools there is.
Yes, we use that a lot.
Do you?
To use, like if we have an object with an uneven base that needs to sit flat, we'll use the Magic Sculpt to get that nice and level without having to use shims.
I'm finding it inspiring that you guys do so much really, really, really subtle color work, and in fact the layout of your paints seems relatively straightforward and simple.
We try to keep it that way because we have, half a dozen people using the same shop at the same time all day long. So simplicity is good.
Simplicity is easier to clean up, easier to maintain, easier to restock.
Easy to find things for everybody, yeah.
Jacob, thank you so much, man.
You're welcome.
Even this short part of the shop has been expensive, and I mean that as a compliment.
Oh, great.
I'm going to have to get a bunch of stuff here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.